Hey guys, welcome to my first devlog for the MMORPG that I am planning on making. At the moment, it's just going to be a small side project just to further hone my skills, my abilities, and learn networking. Um, However, I do hope to expand upon it if there is interest. Uh, so right now, I'm using Unity. Let's begin with that. I am using Unity 2019.4, and I am using the Mirror networking package, um, which I highly recommend, guys. It pretty much does the same thing that Unity does in terms of eases development. Like Unity already renders everything for you, and it works to the point where you just need to focus on making your game. Um, Mirror does that similarly, except on the networking side of things. It deals with the packets being sent, it deals with setting up the servers, setting up the clients, to where you're just focused on your game. Now, with that being said, though, there is a bit more involved. Like, you need to define what's happening on the server side, and you need to define what's happening on the client side. In terms of your game itself, though, but again, Mirror does most of the back-end networking stuff for you, which is really, really nice. So let's go ahead and show you what I've got. So if we go ahead and press play, and we're going to move the Unity editor to my second screen so that we can get both clients of our game. So I'm going to connect one client as a server plus a client, make it a host, and then another, let's move him real quick, and we can see goblins in the background too. But let's move him, go to client, client moves in, cool. And we see the other player, and we see goblins. All right, now wouldn't that be cool? And we can see both positions are synced up, which is really, really awesome. You can notice a bit of lag. I think that's more just a lot going on my computer at the moment, as opposed to network stuff. So let's go ahead and attack a goblin. You can see it updates, he attacks, and we can see the damage that he does on both screens. And we can see it reflected in the health bar. And then, if I go to the other client, same thing. It's really cool. And then, to further add to connectivity, let's get both of them to attack a goblin. He's getting really messed up. Cool. So the next step clearly is get the goblin to attack back. Yep, so that's what I've got at the moment. It took some time to get there. And I want to explain real quick, what's going on here. Because when I first was learning this, it was kind of confusing to me. And a lot of bugs were happening. Where's my mouse? A lot of bugs were happening, and I couldn't figure out why. So if you're not familiar with networking, specifically the client server or server client, I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those. We'll call it client server. If we're using the client server architecture, that means we have a version of our game running on the server instance, and any clients that choose to connect to it will get a state of that game. And usually, the clients will handle user input, send it to the server, And then the server will tell all the other clients, hey, this one client wants to move his character to this position. So go ahead and reflect his character's model to move there. So if you're familiar with Unity in your NavMesh agents, the server has a NavMesh agent. The server's player character has a NavMesh agent. And when we set its destination from the client will tell the server, hey, set your agent's destination to what I'm telling you to set it to, whether it be the floor or to a goblin's position. And then the server will say, okay, I'm going to move my character there. Oh, but also, that's going to move your player's, this client, your player's position. So let's go ahead and update your player's position on all the other clients. So that's kind of how it works. The clients don't have NavMesh agents. It's all just transforms and other scripts as well, like the health scripts and all that. And that goes into more networking black magic, which I can explain in a different video. So I don't want this to be too much of a teaching video, but I did want to explain that because that's a concept I really didn't get until very recently, like as early as yesterday, I think. But understanding that really helped me figure out how to set up my code, how to make it work properly with no bugs. So let's just go ahead and stop this stuff. Oh, stop, and just exit play mode, sure. So that's what I've got. Let me show you. So prior to having built that, I made a single player version, which is a tad bit more fleshed out. You can see the enemy and the player are attacking each other. Let's hope we don't hit any zeros. Cool. He drops some food. Let's go ahead and open our inventory. Let's grab it, and we got a meat slab in our inventory. We got 24 health, and let's go ahead and eat it. 29. Cool. So that's what we're working on. That's what we're working to reach towards. It's getting pretty close to this point. Once it reaches this point, I think it will be very fleshed out. I think the inventory is going to cause a lot. I don't think I'm going to make it network oriented. I think at least to start. Like, I'm not going to add any trading functionality. I'm not going to add stuff like that. That's just a lot of work for a feature that I don't think is necessary to the core gameplay. However, I mean, if this becomes so much more fleshed out into an actual project with a strong foundation and future, that is absolutely a feature that needs implemented. However, just a simple game to, you know, people hop on and play, I think it'll do the job. So that's what we're at right now. That's what we're going to work towards. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next devlog. Thanks.